І ми дуже горді, що можемо сьогодні такий чудовий ювілей святкувати разом. Мене звати Тарас Подільський і зі мною є Соня Іщенко. Сьогодні ми будемо вашими ведучими. Ми обоє дуже вдячні за запрошення бути ведучими сьогодні, тому що, чесно сказати, це наш другий дім. Ми обоє були малими дітьми, коли збудована була ця домівка. Вчилися ми тут бути вірним Богові та Україні, стати провідниками в громаді і плекали нашу українську культуру в танцях та в хорі. Часто ми в цьому домі були 3 до 5 днів в тижні. Так і було, так і є з багатьма присутні сьогодні. Святкуємо разом те, що зініціювали наші попередники, наші батьки, бабусі і дідусі, які, переїхавши в Канаду після Другої світової війни, шукали місце бути разом, будувати громаду і гуртувати своїх дітей і їх вивчати в українському дусі.
My name is Sonia Ishchenko, and Taras Podilsky is my co-MC tonight. We're both very honored by the invitation to host tonight because we can honestly say that this is our second home. We were both very young children when this complex was built, and here we learned to be faithful to God and to Ukraine, to become leaders in our community, and nurtured our Ukrainian culture through dancing and singing. We were often in this building 3 to 5 days a week, as it was with many of you who are in this room tonight. And honestly, some weeks it's still the case to this day, right? Let's celebrate what was initiated by our predecessors, our parents, our grandparents, who came to Canada after the Second World War, looking for a place to gather together, to build a community, and to raise their children in the Ukrainian spirit. Сьогодні святкуємо минуле наших членів, прихильників, волонтерів, клієнтів, а особливо наших основоположників. Святкуємо минуле і будуємо майбутнє для української і Едмонтонської громади. Ми раді, що з нами сьогодні поважні гості, духовні, політичні та громадські. Вітаємо всіх і дякуємо, що долучилися разом з нами святкувати.
By celebrating the past, we can build and expand the future of our Ukrainian and Edmonton community. We're also pleased that we have several distinguished spiritual, political, and public guests that are with us this evening. Welcome, and thank you for joining us in our 50th anniversary celebration. Тепер просимо наш сумівський хор «Верховина» до виконання національного гімну Канади та України.
The
на ніші стрімі. Цей хор протягом 64 роки вже постійно співав на наших різноманітних концертах та представляв нашу громаду по багатьох континентів світу. Молодці!
Метою Дому української молоді є дирекція, яка керує всі діяльності нашого будинку, організації та бізнесу. The Ukrainian Community Council is the board of directors that oversees all matters, including an eventful business side within our large complex. As most nonprofit councils are, our board is run entirely by volunteers.
everyone in attendance, and welcome. Vitayu Vas. My name is Melissa Podolsky, and it is my privilege to be the president of the Ukrainian Youth Unity Council, the governing board of the Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex. This weekend, we are celebrating the remarkable 50th anniversary of the Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex. The history of this wonderful community building actually starts back over 50 years ago. In the early 1960s, when a group of like-minded post-World War II Ukrainian immigrants set out to build a dім, or home, for their community life and to be shared and to prosper. Fundraising events started with hosting raffles, bingos in this room also, selling pyrrha annually at Edmonton's Klondike Days, which allowed for the purchase of this land in 1964. Really, a piece of farmland so far out of the city at that time. Ой, десь там на фермах, люди казали. In 1967, the first formal board of directors was elected. From the beginning and until this date, the membership of the board of directors is comprised of our 4 founding organizations: the Ukrainian Youth Association, SUM, the League of Ukrainian Canadians, often referred to as Liga, the League of Ukrainian Canadian Women, Жіноча Liga, and the SUM Parents Association, Батьківський комітет. The board, or Direcția, oversaw all of the fundraising, planning, building, hard work, and rejoiced in the fruition of opening this facility in November 1973. Our Domilka, or home in English. A 24,000 square foot publicly accessible banquet facility with a main auditorium and stage, smaller banquet room, industrial kitchen facility, small and medium meeting rooms, a youth wing, which also includes a full-size gymnasium, library, youth gathering area, and 6 classrooms. Through ongoing volunteer fundraising, including bingos, in this room pre-smoking ban, and catered weddings and banquets, and personal donations that are acknowledged on our display board in the lobby, this facility was remarkably mortgage-free within 4 years. Wow. That reflects the outstanding volunteerism, organizing, and dedication from that generation, to whom we are very grateful. У 1967 році перша дирекція Дому молоді була оформлена на перших загальних зборах. Від початку по сьогоднішній день дирекція Дому молоді оформлена 4 головними організаціями. Тобто Спілка української молоді, СУМ, Ліга українців Канада, як тоді була звана Ліга визволення України, Ліга українок Канади та Батьківський комітет СУМу. Ця перша дирекція координувала всю збірку грошей, фандрейзинг, добровольців та планування будівлі. З радістю наші члени дирекції все зростаюче членство бачили плід своєї праці відкриттям нашого дому в листопаді 1973 році. Кожна з наших організацій організують окремі дні нашого триденного святкування. Ліга українок Канади, чайок з концертом в неділю, СУМ, розвагу для дітей і забаву в суботу, і Ліга українців Канади, сьогоднішнє офіційне відкриття, Gala. I thank each of our founding and thriving organizations that are hosting events over this celebratory weekend. The League of Ukrainian Canadian Women on Sunday for the high tea and concert that will be held here. SUM are hosting children activities and a reunion Zabava on Saturday night here. And thank you to the host of tonight's gala event, the League of Ukrainian Canadians, once known as the League for the Liberation of Ukraine. Informally referred to as a men's league, but in fact, the membership has always been open to both men and women. For decades, the league's membership has been a keystone of our facility. It also has a strong future with the successful transition over the past couple of decades from the original generation of members that built this facility to the present-day membership, which includes Ukrainians from Poland, Bosnia, Ukraine, Canadian-born, and even descendants of the original membership. It is an organization that people enjoy being part of and fills a rich niche of political activism and dedicated to honoring historical events and individuals in the Ukrainian community. It also has evolved over time and no longer is your Tato's Liga, and has also added sports and social elements, hosting pickleball sessions in the gym. I mean, who would have thought? I think they would be satisfied to know that 50 years later, their vision is a reality. I can proudly say we continue to follow our board of directors' vision statement, which is to manage the Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex for the member organizations of the Ukrainian Youth Unity Council in order to allow them to carry out their individual mandates for generations. Their vision and our reality is a thriving facility, our Domivka, that is alive with activity and much like a second home to many. This evening I was speaking with Blake Desjardins, our MP, and just for fun, how many people here had their wedding in this facility, with a show of hands?
Wow.
And how many people have attended a wedding in this facility? Lots. Lots of good stuff going on here. So for thousands of Edmontonians, when you say the Domivka, or just simply the hall, people know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about this facility. A place that has been integral to the formative years of generations of youth. It shows how insightful and progressive it was back over half a century ago in naming of this building to include the words youth and unity. It is with grace that we honor, reflect, and perhaps reconnect with others over this anniversary weekend and celebrate what a gift that has been given to us, the Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex. Thank you.
At University of Manitoba, University of Winnipeg, and Durham College, and then began her career as a registered dental hygienist in 1998. She has worked in both private practice and as a instructor at May.
Слава Ісусу Христу! Ми раді вітати вас сьогодні з нагоди знакової для нас усіх подій 50-ліття заснування Дому української молоді в Едмонтоні. Congratulations to the Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex on its 50th anniversary. Нехай Всевишній Бог благословляє цей дім молоді і усіх, хто працює для добра нашої громади, і нехай вінчає їх успіхами і плідністю, which is a gathering place and a sign of unity for us today and for many years to come. Please indulge me if we could just take a moment of silence. For those who have given their lives, this is for freedom in Ukraine. Одна хвилина мовчання, будь ласка. Вічна їм пам'ять. May God grant them a blessed repose. Слава Ісусу Христу!
Free Dental Day. services to those in need. Karen has pursued this passion abroad in the past, with a week-long dental mission in Peru being a highlight. In addition to her dental career, Karen was also a former small business owner. Welcome, Ward Councillor from Тестовинова, City of Edmonton.
Що звеличали наше свято, присутність урядовців. Зараз ми просимо нашого посла федерального до слова, Member of Parliament for Edmonton, Grisba, MP Blake Desjardins.
Blake Desjardins was born in Edmonton and raised in the fishing Lake Métis settlement. Blake made history in September 2021 when he was the first openly two-spirit person elected to the House of Commons. Blake is currently Alberta's only Indigenous Member of Parliament. Prior to his election, Blake was the National Director of the Métis Settlements General Council.
In honor of our reconciliation, we acknowledge that we're on Treaty 6 territory on which we stand is the ancestral land of the Indigenous peoples and its common home to everyone, in virtue of God, our Creator's gracious gift.
Well, friends, thank you so much. It is truly a deep honor and pleasure to be able to stand in front of all of you to celebrate what is 50 years of community building, 50 years of unity, 50 years of fellowship, and 50 years of truly making our city, our province, and albeit our country a better place for it. Now, before I get too far along in my speech, I want to acknowledge in particular those who are still with us, who remember the time that this building was erected. In my tradition, which is of Cree and French descent, we acknowledge our elders for the work that they've done and acknowledge that their presence and their work and their labor are the reasons why we have so much today. Whether it's food in our bellies, a roof over our heads, or the fact that we can even breathe life, it's because of our parents, because of our grandparents, because of those who come before us. And for those who we are in the presence of, who've been there to build this community, to build this building, but more importantly, to build families, I want to acknowledge you. I want to thank you, and I want to lift you up. Because look around you today, there are young people. The language, the culture, the community spirit is alive and well, and I'm so honored to be able to represent a community like this. It wasn't all that long ago that Mulroney, the Prime Minister of Canada, was here in Edmonton and acknowledged for the very first time Canada's recognition of an independent Ukrainian state. Yes. A massive achievement, an achievement that could not have been won without support right across the globe from this community here in Edmonton, standing up for what is truly right. And my friends, today is no different. We're seeing aggression right across the globe, in particular in Ukraine as we speak. I want to acknowledge all those persons whose lives are affected by this terrible, illegal, and egregious invasion. It is my deepest hope that we can, in fact, do what is right again and rebuild and resecure and recommit ourselves to an independent Ukraine once again. My friends, we can do this. It is not yet over. The story of Ukraine is still ahead of us. The path that is laid before us is one that will unite Ukraine and Canada even further. We have a history in this country, one that brings people together, one that invites people wherever they may be in common fellowship. And what I see in front of me today is a community that is stronger for it. And I want to sincerely thank you because you've done this work so selflessly. I want to acknowledge, for example, Larissa, the president currently, and of course the bishop for offering us a prayer. It's community, our faith, and our ability to bring one closer together, which is why we're still here. And for those reasons, I am truly honored to be in your fellowship, to be invited to spend a moment to speak to my support for you, for your community, and our continued work together. I know these next few years may be difficult, considering many of you are continuing to do the work of ensuring Ukrainians who may be coming to Canada have an opportunity here once more. I've talked to many of you who have family members who have relatives or have members, friends you've just met, or recent new Canadians from Ukraine. I want to thank you for welcoming them in a good way, for offering what you can, for extending your hand of fellowship to them so that they're not alone. And because of you, I know we will continue to make stronger our connection with Ukraine, our connection with our community here, and we will continue to be a beacon of hope and light for Ukrainians everywhere. Thank you very much, my friends. Merci. Hi, kinamskam tinwa.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here tonight with you in celebration of the 50th anniversary of the Ukrainian Unity Complex. I think it's incredible, the story of the building. For those visionaries who thought that we needed a space where we could create a sense of community belonging, a space that allows us an opportunity to strengthen our culture, a space that will enable us to congregate, to get together and build that sense of community for the Ukrainian communities. It's a dividend that gives back for 50 years and continues to give back for many years to come. It's not, I will see it as, it's not an investment of only for the Ukrainian community. It's an investment that builds this province. Because once you create people with their culture and they are fully who they are in regard of their language, their culture, and every aspect of it, they will thrive. And a thriving community is what builds a stronger community and a stronger city and a stronger province and a stronger country. So it's really an incredible story to see that such a vision is today what is giving back for those who are newly coming to Edmonton and to Alberta from Ukraine because of the horrible invasion and attacks that happened. Because I think this is what we see it as a community building a community, which means that not only for those who have been here, but we didn't know, and the founders didn't know what's going today with what we'll be seeing, unfortunately. But it happened. But this is kind of like the safety nets that will help for those who are really in need to restart life again here in a new land and become who they want. So on behalf of the Alberta NDP and our caucus, I am greatly honored to be here with you tonight and celebrate with you. And I'm so looking forward to attend here. I'm not going to have my wedding again, but I'm so I'm looking forward. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, so an opportunity to make my one of my anniversary years here, as well as other celebratory events that happens in this complex. Thank you for so much.
It is that aggression that caused the feeling, the drive for freedom for the generation that built this hall. It united them prior to World War II, and it united them after World War II, when Ukraine remained occupied in the Soviet Union. And today it repeats itself. Our connection with Ukraine is strong due to our strong relationship with Edmonton's Ukrainian consulate and its Consulate General, Alexander Danileko. A fierce patriot of Ukraine, who daily supports initiatives and projects throughout Edmonton and Alberta. We are thankful again today that he's able to join us and celebrate this 50th anniversary of our Gimboliki community.
Просимо до привіту представника нашої воюючої України, генеральний консул України Едмонтону Олександр Даниленко.
Добрий вечір. Good evening, everyone. First of all, on behalf of Ukrainian people, on behalf of Ukrainian government, I would like to congratulate Ukrainian Youth Complex for this anniversary, 50th anniversary, and they wish every success and all the best. And with your permission, I will be speaking mostly in Ukrainian because this is the Ukrainian Youth Complex. This is one reason. I have several reasons to speak mostly in Ukrainian. This is the one reason. The second reason, I was in Calgary this morning. I was driving this morning to Calgary, held a meeting with the Premier, with the cabinet of some ministers and the MLAs and the representatives of the 44 countries representing their countries here in Alberta. It was the diplomatic meeting with the government of Alberta. And it happened that I mixed up my speeches. And I read my speech prepared for this evening to the Premier and the ministers and all of the representatives. It was embarrassing a bit, but now they know about you, Premier, ministers, MLAs, and the representatives of 44 countries know about you and how great you are. I was speaking long this morning, and then this is the reason I will be speaking in Ukrainian. And I used practically all my vocabulary, English vocabulary, and I remember only a couple of words in English. Now it's вареники, пироги, ковбаса, and горілка. Probably our English-speaking friends understand these English words also. I would like to thank you, MLAs, representative of City Council, MPs, for being with us today, for supporting Ukrainian community, for your kind words you said today, and for your support. We feel it, we really need it, and we really feel it. Thank you very much for your support. I promised. I will be speaking in Ukrainian. Дорогі українці, надзвичайно радий бути сьогодні тут. Надзвичайно радий вітати дім, домівку української молоді. Just compare these words. Ukrainian Youth Complex і домівка української молоді. This is an absolutely different meaning and feeling. Тому радий вас вітати тут, в цьому залі, на ювілеї домівки української молоді. Це не просто домівка, де святкують весілля, де збираються люди. Це центр українства тут. Це найбільша facilities в Едмонтоні, де українці можуть збиратися, де українці можуть проводити свої заходи, де українська культура, українська мова, українські традиції плекаються і зберігаються. І що саме головне, це дім української молоді, бо молодь – це наше майбутнє. Майбутнє як України, так і української діаспори тут, в Канаді, в Едмонтоні. Тому я щиро вам вдячний за те, що ви тут далеко-далеко від дому. Люди, які приїхали поколіннями тому, сторіччя тому сюди, виховували своїх дітей, своїх онуків в українському дусі, в повазі, в любові до української культури, до українських традицій. І сьогодні, більше ніж через 130 років після того, як перші українці прибули до Канади, сюди, до Альберти, ми маємо таку яскраву, таку активну і таку патріотичну українську громаду. Дуже дякую вам
Дуже дякую українському комплексу за те, що ви робите, за те, що ви підтримуєте українську культуру, за те, що ви підтримуєте українство тут. Дуже дякуємо вам за ту підтримку, яку ви надаєте зараз тим українцям, які приїхали сюди, рятуючись від війни, від російської окупації, від тих жахів, які творять російські окупанти на українській землі. Ви прийняли їх в свої домівки і в свої серця. Ми надзвичайно вдячні вам за це. Дякую вам, вітаю вас з ювілеєм. Слава Україні!
I have the correct speech, and I do. Good evening. It's an honor to be here with you tonight to celebrate the Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex's 50th anniversary with a beautiful champagne gala. It's so lovely. It's beautiful in here. Well done. And I made some new friends tonight as well. So, Deputy Mayor. Since the late 1800s, Ukrainian settlers have contributed to the vibrancy and prosperity of Edmonton. Today, we are proud to be one of the largest Ukrainian communities outside of Ukraine. Members of this community have played a vital part in creating a peaceful, harmonious, and welcoming city. A city that's rich in diverse cultures and traditions. The Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex has played a large role in that by providing community organizations a home, a place to gather, and a place to connect. And yes, I have done the polka on this floor myself too. Yeah. This gala is a true tribute to the many volunteers who have and continue to work tirelessly to enhance Alberta's Ukrainian-Canadian community. And as we continue to welcome Ukrainian people into our city facilities, such as this, remains vital to providing a sense of belonging within the community. May Ukrainian pride, unity, and strength continue to give us hope for a brighter, more peaceful future in Ukraine. I thank the Ukrainian Youth Unity Council and the many volunteers who help foster a more inclusive and vibrant city. And I wish the Ukrainian Youth Unity Complex and Council all the best in the next 50 years. Slava Ukraini!
To the very special moment of the presentation of our 50th anniversary book. An anniversary is a time to remember the years gone by, the people, the activities, successes, challenges, and achievements. However, memories fade over time, so somewhere, somehow, they need to be documented for future generations to appreciate and learn from. Our 50th anniversary planning committee took this to task with the compilation and production of the Ukrainian Youth Unity's 50th anniversary commemorative book.
representatives of governments, ladies and gentlemen, Vitayu, a warm, big welcome to all of you. It is unusual to be celebrating 50 years of a building standing in our community. A building is only a structure, but it becomes remarkable with the family unit of people who have been impacted by its existence. The structure has become a home to organizations and individuals who recognize and value the impact, community, and have made it their place to gather, to grow. We have witnessed the development of a family unit that is strong, supportive, and encouraging. It draws out the strength of individuals and recognizes the talents and skills in our community. It expresses and reflects the love of Canada and our ancestral home, Ukraine. It welcomes and embraces diversity, from our growing membership in the various organizations to welcoming waves of Ukrainian settlement over the past years, most notably our recent newcomers, and also to the various multicultural groups, communities that have been welcomed here. Святкування 50-річчя будівля, яка стоїть у нашій громаді, це незвична подія. Цей будинок став рідною домівкою для багатьох людей і громадських організацій. Висловлюємо велике признання людям, які понад 50 років тому передбачили, що є важливим для добробуту нашої української громади, а також тим, хто взяв на себе ризик підтримати це бачення. Сьогодні ми віддаємо шану нашим засновникам, оскільки це результат їхньої праці. Більшість із нас, які прийшли сьогодні ввечері, є свідками того, яке бачення здійснилося, та ми разом пережили його. Це відзначення і визнання усіх членів є які виконували роботу, щоб підтримувати цю будівлю для нашої великої організаційної сім'ї та відвідувачів. It is even more remarkable to think that over 50 years ago, individuals had the foresight to predict what was essential for the well-being for our Ukrainian community and also those who took the risk in supporting the vision. Today we pay homage to our founders and the result of their efforts. Most of us here tonight witnessed their vision unfold, and we also lived it. Today we celebrate and acknowledge the continued effort, dedication, and love of family of the many members who have carried on the work to sustain this building for our affiliated organizations and visitors. We would be negligible not to preserve our rich history in print for generation after generation to learn about our beginnings, our values, our progress, and use this resource to guide the future. Цю нашу 50-річну багату історію ми зберігли в друку для наступних поколінь, щоб використовувати це історичне джерело як орієнтир для майбутнього. Публікація цієї пропам'ятної книги була колективним зусиллям багатьох з нас. The publishing of this commemorative book was a collective effort
from our founders to everybody who's here today, to the children that will fill this building tomorrow. We thank you all for coming and joining us today to celebrate, and we invite you to stay and enjoy each other's fellowship and whatever food that still is there and drink. Прошу залишити